From getting a gun pulled on you to breaking their spine on a live stream. These are times where streamers almost die. Alright, so first up on our list is Twitch streamer Mr. King. Now he spent the entire day with other tourists exploring Vietnam. Now they went to see the temple in Ninh Binh, but the group decided to climb the rocky path up to Hang Musa Peak. Now all was going well till this happened. Alright, so he had turned around and accidentally slipped. Now he was in such a dangerous situation that he couldn't grab onto the chains protecting climbers on the cliff. Luckily, if you can call it that, he was caught by some jagged rocks and they stopped his fall. As his friends helped him up, he could only imagine what would have happened had he slipped on the wrong cliff. For popular streamer Lothar, the quiet streaming night had consequences that made him take a break for 2 years. Now Lothar, popular for streaming games like Valorant and Fortnite, was deep into the game. Now, all of a sudden, this happened. Up until this moment, Lothar had been enjoying the game. It seems like he started feeling ill as he claimed to have hallucinations.
Okay, I have some hallucinations right now. What the fuck?
He then pushed back on his chair as the hallucinations seemed to get severe. Now it reached the point where the streamer realized that something bad was actually happening. Now this is when Lothar's face twitches a couple of times and then he falls off the frame, moaning in pain. Now luckily his wife came in and started giving him CPR before calling for an ambulance. Now it seemed like the whole event had traumatized her so much that she continuously wailed and ran to call for help. At the hospital, Lothar confirmed that he'd had an epileptic seizure and it was a one-time thing. Now he was soon discharged but had to take some time off streaming to focus on getting better. What happened to popular gamer Bodhi was on another level. Now Bodhi was playing RuneScape when he realized that he couldn't type on his keyboard too well.
No, seriously, what's going on? Why am I going dyslexic for some reason?
At first, Bodhi dismissed his symptoms and kept playing. Then he rushed out to get some water thinking that he was getting dehydrated. Now he came back and realized that his problem wasn't ended. After struggling for a few minutes, everything seems to go back to normal.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, I've had an absolutely awesome live stream today. Apart from what the hell just happened then, apart from that, I've had an absolutely wicked...
But Bodhi starts fumbling over his words with no idea what he's saying. He ends the stream to call his parents and rushes to the hospital. He then updated on his X account that he was having a headache, with many of his fans speculating that it was an ocular migraine. Now luckily he's fine, and he still streams. So Bodhi had a close call, but that can't be said for streamer K9. Now he was streaming when he started getting pins and needles in his arm, and then this happened.
Oh, dude, I can't feel my hand. Oh.
K9 paused the game so he could flick his arm around and see whether that would bring back feeling to it. When the situation seemed like it couldn't get any worse, it did. After a few seconds, he regained his speech and called his girlfriend to inform her what had just happened. Now, K9 ended up rushing to the ER where he learned that he had gotten a mini stroke. TwitchCon is a semi-annual event where streamers from all over the globe assemble to interact with one another. Of course, there's plenty of games and dares to go around, but a lot of streamers attempted them. But for streamer Adriana Chekik, a simple jump had deadly consequences. This happened after she jumped into a shallow pit filled with foam cubes. Now the cubes concealed the hard concrete base of the pit, causing a lot of streamers to get hurt. Adriana was one of the injured, but while others needed rest, she needed emergency surgery.
Big Simba some sense of her own. You good? Great victory there.
After jumping in, she realized that she couldn't get up. Now the situation became serious and the medics was called in to help her. She was taken to the hospital where it was revealed that she had broken her back in 2 places and needed emergency surgery. After the surgery, she needed plenty of rest and physiotherapy to heal her spine. She later shared that she was pregnant at the time of the injury and had to lose it to get the life-saving surgery. She hadn't known about this because if she did, she would have been extremely cautious with herself. Now that ain't the first incident to happen at TwitchCon. In 2022, Twitch streamer Zummers participated in a Balloon World Cup game where various streamers clashed with each other chasing balloons. Now, at one point, Zummers was trying to save her balloon from hitting the ground when this happened. Zummers hit the sofa and fell, resulting in a twisted ankle. Now, the medics was called and Zummers' ankle injury was far more severe. The streamer later shared that she had broken her ankle in all 3 possible ways but was at home resting. Alright, let's talk about Speed for a minute. So I showed Speed has got to be the streamer who has suffered the most injuries of all time. So Speed was doing his European tour and was in Norway when he decided to amaze his fans. As this was happening, Speed was trapped in a souvenir shop as hundreds of fans flocked to the building, making him lack an exit strategy.
We in Norway. Let's do one sui. Chat, y'all ready for this?
As he watched the crowd celebrate and praise him, Speed got caught up in this Ronaldo signature movement and he started jumping up and down the way that he usually does. But this time, this happened.
That was so fucking. Shit.
So he clutched his leg in pain, believing that he'd broken it. As expected, the course of action was to rush him to the ER, but what happened next made Speed swear off Norway forever. As Speed was being carried out, hundreds of fans started surrounding him, overpowering his security team. They grabbed at the guy, pulling and yanking his hair. What should have been a simple walk to the car transformed into The Walking Dead, with hundreds of zombies grabbing at him. Somebody even had the audacity to straight up jump at Speed. Now, this was a harrowing experience that left him totally scared. After the whole thing went down, Speed said that aside from people pulling out his hair, other people was straight throwing pee at the guy, and even one dude got into his car and started tweaking out. Now look, nobody's gonna be sorry for Norway if other celebrities and streamers choose to skip that spot. Popular Norwegian streamer Shokoladin learned the hard way that the online community ain't enough of a companion in moments of real danger. On what was supposed to be a peaceful solo hiking trip through the stunning mountains of Oslo, the beautiful day quickly took a disastrous turn. While navigating a particularly icy slope, he lost his footing and began sliding uncontrollably down the mountain. What started as a scenic adventure soon spiraled into a frightening ordeal as he fought to regain control and avoid injury. For a few moments, his camera lens blurred as he began to lose balance, slipping off and crashing onto the hard ground below. Immobilized by the fall, he quickly realized that he couldn't stand and was forced to call for emergency assistance. Soon, a helicopter airlifted him to the nearest hospital. Later, he updated his followers, assuring them that he was stable, but revealed that he'd suffered 2 broken legs and a severely displaced knee, leaving him in for a long recovery ahead. Despite the injuries, he remained optimistic about healing. Streaming is an enjoyable thing, but streamer The Riz learned that it should not overtake taking care of yourself. He was playing RuneScape, and he was pretty sure that he would lose, but then he got a fire cake. This made him so excited and happy as it was totally unexpected. But then his celebration took a horrific turn as this unfolded.
Look at it. I got it! My chest. Oh, seriously. Oh, fuck my chest. I'm literally having a heart attack.
He started complaining of dizziness while having trouble breathing. Now, this was a scene that would torment his few followers for years. Pretty soon, he complained of having pins and needles and having chest pains. Now, he thought he was having a heart attack and he felt like passing out. Then a few seconds later, this happened. For a few minutes, the screen remained unmoving as he stayed passed out on the floor. After a few minutes, the streamer wakes up seemingly exhausted from what had happened. He tries to continue streaming, but the aftermath of what had happened was causing his body to weaken. Now later on, he shared that he'd been streaming for the whole day and hadn't had anything to eat, so that could explain his passing out. Streamer Your Fellow Arab learned the hard way that not everybody is interested in striking up a conversation. This streamer was walking in a park when he decided to sit next to a homeless person. Now the two started talking with the homeless guy coming out as aggressive. The streamer tried to avoid the man, but the homeless guy was convinced that the streamer was either a gang member or a pig. Then this happened.
Do it live. We'll do it live.
That guy just whipped out a gun.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
The homeless man threatened to harm the streamer live, forcing the streamer to run away as he realized that the man had a weapon. In the next case, streamer Adam22 found himself in a heroin situation. He had invited a guest to his channel and they was about to eat while listening to viewers' music live when suddenly this happened.
You want a car right now? You want a car?
The robber pulled a weapon on the men, demanded that they hand over their money. Now this was in Adam22's clothing store. Adam22 thought that this was a prank, but he realized how serious the issue was when the robber started hitting him repeatedly, making him fall off the screen. After a minute, his friend intervened and attacked the robber, knocking him out cold. Now, fortunately, the streamers contacted the police and the robber was arrested. This streamer was driving around her neighborhood when this happened.
Really high on Jesus. Holy shit, it's a police chase.
The car came dangerously close to hitting her and disrupted her stream. Now, hearing the police sirens behind, she realized that she'd been caught in a police car chase. She could hardly believe how lucky she was and started getting out of the way of the police cars. Alright, so which of these near-death incidents frightens y'all the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, but have you checked out the video on the 10 wildest streamer moments?